Today we're going to be talking about the Declaration of Independence, and we're not going to get to the Articles of Confederation just yet. But please notice we're going to concentrate on this part right here, explain how the Declaration reflected the political principles of popular sovereignty, social contract, natural rights, and individual rights. Well, obviously, during the War for Independence, the Second Continental Congress met July 4th, 1776, and they wrote the Declaration of Independence to King George III to say, we are no longer a part of Great Britain. Now, please understand, when these men signed the Declaration, they knew that they were signing basically their death warrant. If we would have lost the war, the men who put their signatures on this document would have been executed by the crown. But they took that chance and went ahead and signed the Declaration of Independence. Then between 1776 and 77, the 13 original colonies began to adopt their own constitutions instead of the charters, and to create constitutions for their state on how their state government would operate. Now, within the Declaration of Independence, please remember there was a committee. The main three that wrote the Declaration were Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and Benjamin Franklin. And then within the three, Adams and Franklin both agreed that Jefferson was very talented in writing and he should be the one to go ahead and pen the Declaration of Independence. And that's exactly what Jefferson did. The Declaration of Independence can be divided into four parts. The first part is the preamble to the Declaration. Preamble just simply means introduction. Then you have the list of natural rights. We are endowed by our Creator, and basically he said we have three inalienable rights or natural rights that were given by God: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, notice what I said about natural law. We talked about that earlier. That was an Enlightenment idea, natural law, that the laws came from God: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And then the biggest part of the Declaration of Independence was the list of grievances, and there were many. Things like not having a trial by jury. They were just arresting Americans and throwing them in prison in England without a trial. Things like kicking Americans out of their beds and letting the soldiers sleep in the bed and the American colonists on the floor. And so this huge list of grievances that they felt the king had violated their English Bill of Rights. So then the fourth part is declaring independence and then the signatures. And this is how the Declaration is broken down. So please, as you study the Declaration, study these four things: the preamble, natural rights, the list of grievances, and then declaring independence. And before I end, to go back to the preamble, please do not confuse that. The preamble we're used to is we the people of the United States in order to form a more perfect union. That is the preamble to the Constitution. Preamble just simply means introduction. So this is the introduction to the Declaration, and then the natural rights, grievances, and declaring independence. So I just want to take a little bit of time and go over that with you.